down in Oxnard, California. The Dallas Cowboys have arrived on the West Coast, and this is Inside Cowboys Training Camp presented by Ford. We are here at the Star in Frisco while the team prepares for their opening practices on the West Coast. Alongside Nicole Hutchison, I'm Kyle Youmans. We will soon join the team in Oxnard, and I can't wait to get back out there. It's good to hear the music again, and it's an opportunity to see exactly what Brian Schottenheimer has in store for his first season as head coach. So we'll start there, Nicole. What is the first camp going to look like for Schotty?
I made a little acronym for this, FNC. You're going to get a fun vibe, right? The F is for fun, of course. And then you get the N, right? It's nasty work. You're going to have gritty competition, so much fun one-on-one competition that you obviously hadn't seen in the past. And, of course, for the C, you're going to get crisp, obviously polished edge. I got a chance to hear from a couple of the guys, and they said that these new coaches have really made an emphasis on polished, detail-oriented in their practices. So that's what I was expecting to see out of Brian Schottenheimer.
And there's a lot of energy around Schottenheimer, what he's brought to even OTA practices and different things along the way. Position battles are going to be high octane from the beginning. You're going to see some of these guys, whether they're returners or not, be put in intense situations just like we saw through the offseason.
Absolutely. And I'm going to go with that defensive end position because, of course, you got Micah Parsons, well, potentially when he gets his deal done, but then you don't really know who's the other guy on the opposite side of Micah Parsons. Of course, you expect it to be a guy like Sam Williams, but there's a rookie who has started to create a name for himself so far through this offseason in OTAs, like Donovan Ezaraku. And yes, of course, he does not have his deal signed just yet either, but he's been a guy that Matt Eberflus has been really high on since post-draft. He's explosive. He has an explosive first step. He's got quick hands. He's got great footwork as well. But this is someone who, when you ask Brian Schottenheimer about this guy, Donovan Ezaraku, he said really 8 times in referencing him. He's doing really great, and he's excited, especially about his work ethic. I got a chance to also kind of follow him on Instagram. He's been working with a pass rushing guru, I'd like to say, in Brandon Jordan, and he's been getting some extra work in as well. So I like his work ethic as well.
I think you left a couple reelies out of there because Brian Schottenheimer's really excited about what he brings to the defense. The offense on the other side needs an uptick. Of course, they were middle of the pack in terms of total yardage. They were not there rushing wise, 27th in the NFL in terms of their rushing game. Is that where the Cowboys can improve the most on offense?
Absolutely. From 2023, their numbers there, obviously total yards, they were 5th in the NFL, passing yards 3rd, rushing yards 14th in the NFL, which is obviously a significant improvement from 2024. And in points per game, they were number 1. But it starts with the run game. We've talked about it all the time this offseason, is the fact that that's something Brian Schottenheimer is really trying to make an emphasis in. But you got to establish who your running back one is in training camp or potentially even the preseason. Don't wait until week 8 like you did with Rico Dowdle and you're finally starting to give him the carries that he needs to get going. But you also have to finally start using your weapons, right? Dak Prescott, you don't have any more excuses. You've got CeeDee Lamb, and you also got George Pickens. And so that's something that I'm looking for as well. He's talked about the fact that he wants to be a little bit more not stagnant in his offense, add some pre-snap motion, also add some play-action pass, add some razzle-dazzle there. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But, yes, the rushing game, obviously, with those new running backs as well, you can definitely improve in the rushing.
Well, let's talk about George Pickens a little bit here. You mentioned him as a weapon. The Cowboys went and got themselves a weapon for Dak Prescott. How much can he help take this offense to an entirely new level pairing with CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to him at Media Day, and I asked him, what are you bringing to this team? He said, I'm bringing some more swag. So we love to hear that, but you're also adding a guy who can stretch a defense. CeeDee Lamb has been the guy who can do that, but he's also someone that you can kind of pair with Dak Prescott. You need another weapon for Dak because this passing game has not been the best the past year. So I think he can add a little, obviously taking some stretch off the defense like I mentioned, but that gives the pressure off, takes the pressure off of Jalen Tolbert, a guy who was added some pressure on him last year. So I'm looking forward to George Pickens kind of easing that off of Jalen Tolbert.
Can't wait to see that combo on the field. It's going to be training camp magic in Oxnard. When we come back, have the Cowboys done enough to revamp their offensive line? We go in depth for the guys blocking for that Cowboys offense this year.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And by your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. This segment is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Rookie first-round pick Tyler Booker had some fun throughout the offseason. Oh, my goodness. He was in a heated battle out of the shuttle drill at his own offensive line football camp. And the quote from Tyler afterwards said, "No one beats Tyler Booker at Tyler Booker's football camp," as he shoves a player to the side. I hope he shoves a couple players to the side throughout the NFL season, too.
Absolutely, and that's the type of energy I need from this rookie offensive lineman. And, hearing him tell me earlier after he got drafted this year, he said that I don't care who's lined up against me. So the little kids are included as well. They're going to get the work as well.
No doubt. And Tyler Booker expected to be a starter at the right guard position. This is a young offensive line for the most part. Of course, you've got Terrence Steele, who now all of a sudden becomes the veteran of the group. No more Zach Martin. Of course, Tyron Smith has been gone for a couple of years now, and Tyler Guyton expected to return and take that left tackle starting job as well as his second year comes to fruition. What's the potential for this offensive line on the Dallas side?
I think there's a high ceiling, as we all like to say, for this offensive line as long as they stay healthy. That's been one of the biggest issues with them the past couple of years. And just that leads to obviously inconsistencies with the rotation, right? But as long as you have Tyler Booker, who comes in and is his form from college, right? He's able to create movement in the run game. Technique is crisp as well and displays that power. You got Tyler Guyton, who's obviously said this offseason that he's improved, right? He's eating better. He's taking care of his body a lot better. His footwork seems to be better. He showed me in my media day interview with him. So as long as those guys come in and take those jumps that they need to take, Tyler Smith is going to be who Tyler Smith is as well. So I think this offensive line has a really high ceiling. Could
take it to a whole new level. This segment brought to you by Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the Dallas Cowboys. We're wrapping things up on Inside Cowboys Training Camp. When we come back, what does the calendar look like? Some key dates to look forward to.
This segment was brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys. Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And by your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
Practices begin on Tuesday. We'll have the opening press conference on Monday. Cowboys Training Camp getting off to a quick start. Opening ceremonies on Saturday. The first padded practice will actually be broadcast live from Oxnard on TXA 21 and DallasCowboys.com, the Cowboys Now app. Rams coming to town again as they make the short trip from LA to Oxnard, and then they'll, of course, return the favor by going to SoFi Stadium on the first preseason game of the year. That's going to do it for us here on Inside Cowboys Training Camp, driven by Ford. For Nicole Hutchison, I'm Kyle Youmans. The bags are packed. Everybody's headed to Oxnard. What are you putting in your suitcase? What you got to put in there?
I've got my whole apartment, Kyle. You should know this already. I've got everything. I've got my sunscreen. I've got my hair stuff. You got to have the little tools as well. I've got everything. Got everything for training.
Got to make sure it's all taken care of. Of course, the bikes, the Pelotons, the medicine balls, everybody taken care of. Great job by the ops team sending multiple semis to Oxnard. We'll see you there next time.